All right, Anna Carrillo, it's so great to have you on part of the Minor Nation Contributors Program. And I'm excited to introduce you to the UTEP community, although I bet everybody knows who you are already. You're someone who's been in the El Paso community for a while, and you're still living in the community, which we're going to talk about. But Anna, you're a double degree holder from UTEP. How did you end up picking UTEP for your undergraduate degree? You stayed on to get your master's in leadership studies. Why did you make those decisions? Why did UTEP feel right to you?
UTEP was always felt right, especially, growing up here. My mom worked at UTEP for about 30, she's still working there for about 30 years plus. She has been there. So UTEP is home to me. And I've always wanted to pursue marketing. And so that's when I did my bachelor's in marketing. As soon as I graduated, and I actually was working in the marketing program at UTEP for athletics, so I just fell in love with it. After I graduated, I took a month off and I'm like, I'm ready to go back in. I got offered the opportunity to go back to athletics to work. And there they were able to, help me with pay for my tuition for my master's. So I just thought that was an amazing opportunity. And I wanted to do leadership studies because although I wanted to do marketing, I still wanted to be involved in the community and do maybe a place in the nonprofit world. And leadership studies was going to help me get there.
That's great. Well, it's fair to say, as a member of the community, I think you said your mom has worked at the university for a number of years now. What do you love most about UTEP?
What I love most about UTEP is that it is home, and since I've grown up there, since even since my mom had me as a baby. There, it was home. I had spent many days in the office there. She would pick me up from school, and I would still be there at work. So it's always been there. And also, we were attending the games, basketball, football games, and all the events that she went to, all the work events I was part of. So it just felt right for me. And everywhere I went, it was so nice that everybody was so, everybody knew each other. It was a very family-oriented place for me.
I definitely get the sense that UTEP and El Paso are really family-oriented
Aww.
communities. Yeah, and it's really an important piece of the community and the university. So while you were at UTEP, both as an undergraduate student and at a graduate student, you worked for the UTEP athletics department and doing marketing work. What did you learn about marketing? I'm sure you learned a lot, but what were some things that kind of stood out to you in terms of things that you learned there?
Yeah, I actually learned so much. And I think most of everything that I've done up to this point, I owe it back to what I've learned in that position as like an intern and then later on as an undergraduate and a graduate student. We worked alongside the games. I was doing promotions, helping out with sponsorships, in-game events, and even all the promotions that lead up to all of the games. And that's where I really learned the power of social media and the websites and really the power of digital marketing. And there we were able to implement, I was updating the website, adding and putting stuff into social media, email platforms when I was working with the minor athletic club with the development team within athletics. We did a lot of fundraising. And so the fundraising was all done through, social media and emailing, reaching out to donors. And that's really what I learned is, especially now in the position that I am here, I work at the food bank. So a lot of and fundraising, everything I learned goes back to that. And I would go, oh, we're going to do the emails send outs and we're going to work with donors and we're going to have galas and luncheons and dinners. So I really owe everything back to everything I learned was from that position that I had in athletics.
What an amazing experience to have obtained, and I bet it was a lot of fun often working.
I met so many people in the community, whether it was donors or people that are just supporting, a lot of alumni, people that have gone out, they come back and they still want to support, even student athletes that went out and they're now playing some big league games and now they're playing for the NFL and they still come back and support. So it was amazing to see that.
You mentioned, Anna, that you're currently working for the food bank, which is the El Pasoans Fighting Hunger Food Bank is the full term for it. And What's your experience been like? And maybe share a bit more about your work as the stewardship manager. We are, of course, recording this Thanksgiving week, and you mentioned it's never been busier. So, can you share a little bit about the organization and then your work as the stewardship manager?
Yes, as a stewardship manager, I work with donations, so specifically just with donors and getting those funds in. What I've learned so much is that, we are the second youngest food bank in the US. And so we have a lot of growing pains. We're about 7 years old now. I've been here in my position for about 2.5 years. So there's been a lot of growing pains, a lot of challenges, and it's really been really nice to be in the beginning, the growth part of it, because we're kind of the foundation is set, but now we're helping continue the foundation and growing it and really setting that in stone and kind of making sure that it's set so it can continue this up so that we can continue to be there. Fortunately and unfortunately, we will always be here. I want to make sure that we grow strong. We have a good set of donors, and part of my position here is, to really acknowledge the donors and let them know that we are so thankful for their gift. It goes so far for us. So that's part of where I come in and making sure that we do appreciate them and we appreciate everything that they do. And, even if it's retweeting us, sharing us, promoting us or holding a benefit for game for us or any type of event, car show, car wash, we really do appreciate it. But here I learned, everything goes back to what I learned when I was working in athletics because I was doing fundraising for student scholarships, and here I'm fundraising for food, but it's all the same thing. And I love working with a lot of the community members. It's the same, supporters. El Paso, I know Ryan, I don't know how familiar you are with El Paso, but we are a big city, but a small town feel. So we have so many people here that everyone knows everybody. So it's a lot of connections, and that's really what I enjoy being in athletics and coming here is that it's still the same world. It's still the same people helping out, and I love that. So, yeah.
That's fantastic. I live in Richmond, Virginia, and I think it's a similar sized city, kind of a little big city, or a big little city. Yeah, something like that. And it's you feel like every time I get on an airplane and go to the airport, I pass somebody that I know, right? Every time
Right.
you go to, you're going to know someone and or from somewhere, and got a great feel to it. I've never been to El Paso. I'm looking
You
forward
have
to
to
going
come
to El
visit us and
Paso.
then come to the food bank when you do come.
I'm excited to take a visit there over the next few months. But so, we're just starting this new Minor Nation Contributors program. I'm really grateful that you're a part of it. And I want to just ask you, what got you interested into the program and what gets you most excited about it?
Great, yeah. I'm very excited about it because I think just hearing, the same thing with the food bank. You hear the people's stories and where they were and where they are now and after they come here and where the help has led them to. But the same thing with UTEP. Every student or classmate that I had or past alumni donors, whoever it was, everybody had a different experience. And, whether they were a student athlete or maybe they were in different student organizations, clubs, there were students that were working two jobs just to pay for their tuition. So it's nice to hear everybody's experiences and also where they are now and their journey. And everybody, like I was saying, El Paso is such a small town and everybody plays a big role, no matter what job it is. If it's, your dentist, the person that is serving you food at a restaurant, like everybody plays such a big role. And it's so nice to hear the feedback and everybody's stories of where they were at UTEP and who they are now and what they're doing. And I'm really excited to see where this minor nation leads to.
Well, we're glad that you're a part of it. Thank you so much for being part of this pilot program. And for being such an important part of the El Paso community, both with UTEP and the work that you're doing for the food bank. I know how important it is to help take care of people during this time of year, and you're doing awesome work. So thank you so much. A lot more to share from you, Anna, over the course of the next few months. And I'm excited to work with you. I know the university is too.
Yes, and I'm so excited to be part of it too.
So, all right. Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving. Thank you.